Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pony 411. This is episode 135 for the week of March 27th. I'm Alca7raz, and with me is Nemesis.
I'm at the tail end of being sick.
Yep. Neither of us have had very good weeks. But enough of that. We got another episode, and it's a big one. It's new season.
Finally.
Yeah, finally. God, that was such a long hiatus.
This wasn't 11 months.
Yeah. But yeah, we're back. As usual, we got a bunch of news, 2 weeks worth. Got our standard discussion. We'll talk about the new premiere. And we got some fan content. Let's get started with the news. If you would like to follow along, you can find all of our show notes at pony411.libsyn.com/show notes. Remember, that's LIBSYN. So go there, click the link for this episode, and follow along. So let's do this. In convention news, BabsCon has announced a ton of community guests. I am not going to list them here. Click the link in the show notes if you want to see them. Unfortunately, though, Katie Cook will not be able to attend. Some stuff has come up, and she had to drop. Also, they've acquired a room block at the Holiday Inn next to the venue, so there's more rooms. If you weren't able to book one, you can get one of those. Brony Can has also announced the first wave of musicians that will be performing this year. Also, vendor applications are open, so if you want to do that, get them in. They've also teamed up with conroomies.com to help to find a roommate if you haven't got a room booked because they're full now. Yeah, we got lucky.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah, we got lucky. We got one. But yeah, if you're looking and you don't mind rooming with someone else, they've teamed up with that site. BronyCon has announced Jason Thiessen, GM Barrow, and Tara Strong. Yeah, she hasn't been in the convention circuit recently. She's just jumping back, I think. I haven't seen her at any conventions.
Was she at BabsCon last year?
I think she was, but she hasn't been popping up at a lot.
She doesn't do a whole lot of pony conventions lately.
Yeah.
Probably because she's been busy with a lot of stuff.
Probably, yep. But there she is.
Mm.
The song from that Buck animation released not too long ago is now available as an individual download. So if you liked it, there you go. Galacon is still looking for panel applications, so they have got a bunch in, so get yours in quickly. They're going to run out of room. They've also announced Amy Keating-Rogers. And lastly, convention news, Midwest Brony Fest has announced Ashley Ball, as well as Michelle Krieber and crew, including Parents and Black Griffin, part of their tour. But yeah, they got Ashley.
Yep.
If only she could come back to Seattle.
Womp womp.
Into fandom news. Want to be in a movie?
No.
Well, if you do, an upcoming movie, Office Christmas Party, with some big-name actors, is looking for extras to play fans of Hello Kitty, Japanese street fashion, and bronies. Yeah,
I'm a little concerned.
They're looking for bronies to play background extras as part of a scene in the movie.
Not looking for bronies, they're just looking for someone to play a brony.
They're looking for people to play them, so...
I'm still concerned.
I'm a little concerned, too. But, there you go. I'm not certain if it's a paid extra, because there's no lines. You're just in the background. But it's a thing. It's in Chicago. That's where the filming will be. So check that out if you are interested. Battle Gem Ponies has released an article talking about the movesets in their upcoming game. So if that interests you, check it out. Pony Finder has released 3 new books. 2 of them are lore-expanding ones, and one of them is a little campaign for new players. So if you're into that game, check that out. My Little Karaoke has a new release available.
Yes.
So
with over 100 new songs.
Yep, bunch of new features in there. So more details, click the link in the show notes. NIA Path of Light, that interesting game that came out greenlight on Steam, has a demo available for download. There's no notes, so you're going in blind. It's interesting. There's some things that I played it and got through it, though a few things weren't explained super well, but I figured them out. But it's interesting. Go check it out. A really old Daring Do game is apparently still in progress. I don't know the name of it, but the creator has recently dropped a bunch of GIFs showing what he's been working on. And the Russians are making a real-life Sweetie Bot. Yes, a team of Russians are building a robot that's Sweetie Bot, an actual real-life robot.
I am having difficulties.
So, yeah, that's a thing. Check it out if you're interested. Mr. Ponyator has released a What I Learned video for Season 5. Remember those things? and it's hilarious, as expected. Into merchandise news, glitter blind bags have been spotted on eBay. So far, only Cadence, Celestia Luna, and Shining Armor have been seen in them, but we might be seeing more. A couple more Wave 16 blind bags might also have been spotted, including a pearlized rose look and a Fiddlesticks in her Nightmare Night costume. Of course, she's got a different name, possibly, because from the card set, but Zecora from the Nightmare Night collection set has popped up on eBay. Entertainment Earth and Amazon's listings for some of the Nightmare Night collection figures have been updated with images and descriptions. They include Mayor Mare in her clown costume, a show-accurate Luna, Season 2, Derpy with her paper bag costume, and Rainbow Dash with her Shadow Bolts costume.
Yes, there's also now a couple more listed. Scootaloo in her wolf costume, Sweetie Belle and Apple Bloom in their costumes, Pinky in her chicken costume, and Spike in his dragon costume.
So, they're popping up.
Scootaloo also comes with a Pip.
Scootaloo and Pip, oh boy.
It begins again.
Oh.
Deal with it.
She gets shipped with Rumble more than Pip, though. Anyway, they're popping up. Might be more by the time you hear this. A bunch of new posable brushables have also been listed on Amazon. In an interesting turn of events, an officially licensed My Little Pony tabletop RPG has been announced. It's being made by a British company named River Horse, and it's supposed to come out later this year.
That's interesting.
Quite interesting. An officially licensed tabletop RPG game for My Little Pony.
Yeah, I'm surprised it doesn't have Wizards of the Coast to it, though.
Yeah, it is interesting. A new MLP book by Hachette has been announced. It's called The Wonderbolts. Its description is as follows. Attention cadets, this Wonderbolts Academy handbook once belonged to Rainbow Dash. Along with valuable information on how to become a Wonderbolt, our Stellar Pegasus pony added her own notes to help you along. The lessons in here have been passed down for generations, with each generation refining these lessons to better serve you and the institution. You have much to learn, and all staff and senior members of the Wonderbolts are more than willing to guide you. So that's a bit interesting. Stuff about the Wonderbolts from probably post-season series.
In the Wonderbolts Academy handbook.
Yep. After Rainbow's been in it and had time to add her own notes. So it's apparently down the line, timeline-wise. Into comic news, a preview for Friends Forever number 27 is up on iTunes. The June IDW solicitations are out, and that also means new comic synopses. The comics issue number 43 was announced. It's titled Ponies of Dark Water Part 1, and its synopsis is, the ponies go on an adventure to a newly erupted geyser. After some fun playing in the water, the ponies begin to act a bit strange, perhaps even sinister? What happens when good ponies turn bad?
That should be interesting.
That should be really interesting. Is it like a discorded episode or something like that?
I don't think it's discorded so
Not
much
discorded,
as
but
outright
still
evil.
Yeah. That definitely sounds like it'll be interesting. And it's part 1, so it's going to be a multi-parter. Friends Forever number 29 was also announced, starring Rarity and Maud. Its synopsis is, when Rarity meets Maud Pie at a gem convention, the two seemingly have little in common. But when Maud comes across an opportunity to make a name for herself in rock academia, Rarity may be just the pony to help Maud discover her inner enthusiasm. Oh boy. Maud enthusiastic?
It's about rocks.
It's about rocks. Though she did smile in this episode. So those look like they might be interesting. Might be good. Into Friendship is Magic news. The Magic Inside has been nominated for an Emmy Award.
Gasp.
Yeah, we've had other songs nominated before, but here we go again. Let's hope it wins. Digging into Hasbro's trademarks, it seems that Guardians of Harmony has been trademarked for an ongoing TV series for children.
Uh-oh.
This may mean that, yes, they are going to make a TV series, or they may just be covering their bases in case they may decide to later.
Could be absolutely nothing.
Could be. But it might not be.
That's enough to panic.
It is. In some sad news, it seems that M.A. Larson and Natasha Levenger will not be working on Season 6. Whether or not they're coming back after that, we don't know. But they will not have any part in this season. So, alas. Some of you might find that happy, some of you might not. In better news, though, we have synopses and dates for upcoming Season 6 episodes. So, spoiler alert for the next minute or so. Episode 4 will be titled On Your Marks and will air April 9th. Its synopsis is, now that they've finally received their cutie marks, the cutie mark crusaders struggle with the question of what's next. The friends do not all agree on how to embrace their destinies. Yay, they
I
actually
want to
get
be a
work on it.
warlock.
That's one thing that I was worried about that I talked about a few episodes back. I was worried that they would, they have us and they immediately know what to do. So I'm glad they're saying they're going to work on that. Makes me happy. Episode 5 will be titled Gauntlet of Fire and will air April 16th. Its synopsis is, in order to save his friends, Spike is forced to compete in a perilous gauntlet for the title of Dragon Lord.
Oh boy, Spike episode.
It's a Spike episode. I don't know, last time it involved Spike and dragons, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah,
actually.
Dragon Quest was actually a good one, but that was in season 2.
So maybe it's finally time to have another good Spike episode.
It depends on who's writing this.
Yep, we don't know that yet. Episode 6 is titled No Second Prances and will air April 30th. It does not have a synopsis out just yet.
I wonder what that one will be about, though.
And in our last bit of news, a promo for this season is out with a few small scenes from upcoming episodes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Particularly the 3rd episode, which is airing next week.
Yep.
That's pretty much has scenes from that in the, premiere.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing super spoilery in it, just kind of out of context scenes. But yeah, that's the news. So, as I forgot to mention in the beginning, we actually do have comics to talk about too.
Yes. Probably be the last time in a while we'll actually have to do 2 at once.
Yep, we got 2 comics. We got issue number 40 and Friends Forever number 26. So go ahead and you talk about those.
Yeah, I'm going to start off with Friendship is Magic number 40. When Twilight first had to take care of Spike. It's written by Ted Anderson. Art was by Brenda Hickey. So, yeah, it just got basically Twilight's just in her castle reminiscing with her photo album, and then winds up telling Dash about, early days with Spike and whatnot, and going to Celestia's school and all that jazz. And turns out Spike is a handful. Or a hooful. And she's kind of driving herself crazy, trying to take care of Spike, and that's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
It is.
It's kind of adorable.
It is a little bit.
I guess it's like, hey, look, Spike's better when he doesn't talk.
Ouch.
Shots fired. But yeah, it's interesting just kind of seeing this, and it's like, yeah, Celestia, I want you to take care of a baby. She's like 9, Celestia. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, that was my biggest question. I was like, what are you doing?
But whatever. I guess it worked out in the end.
I guess it did.
Yeah, there's also a bit with, oh, hey, look, you got Trixie there. And I guess Trixie's mom.
Apparently.
Huh. I think that just wrecked a few headcanons.
Yep.
Oh, well.
We've always known that Trixie was in the school.
Yeah. They revealed that at some point. I don't remember.
It was a while back.
Yeah. Yeah, Faust revealed that way back. But of course, it's one of those things she said, which, didn't necessarily become canon. But it's interesting.
But apparently, it's now confirmed be canon at least.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's kind of cute. It's pretty basic though, but it's still it's still good for what you pay for.
Yeah. It reminds me of that one fan comic series, Twilight's First Day.
Yeah.
It's like surprisingly like, oh wow, except with the addition of more Spike.
Yeah, and not so drawn out.
Drawn out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty
just
good.
Twilight learning how to deal with this whole Spike thing.
Yep.
This whole brand new Spike thing and whatnot. It's pretty good. I'd check it out. Anyway, the other one is Friends Forever number 26, which is Shining Armor and Blue Blood.
And Blue Blood.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, it's written by Jeremy Whitley and art is by Tony Fleeks. Oh, and hey, colors by Heather Beckel.
Yay.
Yeah. It's, let's see. Shining has to go off to
Yakistan.
Yep, Yakistan to do diplomacy crap.
Yep. Trade negotiations.
He's going to go with Cadence, and then, oh no, Cadence has to go off and do with the other princess, and then they give him Blue Blood, and it's like, oh. Shining's less than enthused.
Less than is right.
Anyway, they go to get there, and it turns out Blue Blood's not so useless or something.
Or something.
Yeah. It's okay.
It is.
I guess it's not particularly great. It's not bad either.
Yeah, it's kind of that middle ground. It's like I can't really say anything bad about it, but I can't really say anything good either. It's there.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, it's like the whole thing it feels like they're spending the whole time just trying to convince me, no, Blue Blood's actually pretty cool. You'll see. Yeah, really, no, he's actually great. He's not like, all this stuff we've seen in canon shows him, turns out he's terrible or anything.
Except that he is, but he isn't. I don't know, it's weird.
It's, it's pretty, I guess. I think for me, it's only if you're a completionist and you're going to buying the whole line.
I don't see myself rereading this anytime soon.
Yeah, only if you're a completionist and you're buying the whole line, you're getting it as a bundle or whatever.
Well, there was one interesting bit in it that has nothing to do with the story. They did, confirm Twilight's dad's name in B canon.
Yeah.
Nightlight.
Which we'll find out may not be the case.
We might not. But we don't know yet.
Depends on how they treat that in the show, because they've kind of now touched on it a little bit.
Sort of. I mean, yeah.
That's why I said a little bit.
A little bit.
But yeah, those are the comics. So Friendship is Magic number 40. Yes. Pick it up. Friends Forever.
If you really want to.
If you really
you won't be
want
missing
to,
anything if
but
you don't.
it's pretty mediocre.
All right, so that's the comics. We have another important thing to talk about, though.
Mm-hmm.
The premiere.
Season 6 premiere.
Yes.
The Crystalling.
Yes. Season 6 has begun. The hiatus is over. And a short one it was.
Yeah, it was only 4 months.
4 months, yeah. Wow. Did not seem quite that long.
Right about 4 months, because season 5 finale was Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
And that was about exactly 4 months.
And now it's Easter, so yay.
Crazy.
Yeah. Of course, 4 months doesn't seem anywhere near as long when you're comparing it to the last hiatus.
11 months.
Oh.
Insanity.
God, we didn't have one of those again. It came out. Let's try and do a quick synopsis. New baby ruins everything.
That's pretty much it.
That's basically it. Ruins everything and they have to fix it, which they do. The end.
Oh, and there's something about Starlight and her old friend.
Yeah. If you want a little bit more, new baby turns out to be an alicorn, super powerful, but they also get, Starlight. We're going to go meet the old friend.
Because Ty's trying to give her first friendship lesson.
Yep. Then turns out the baby takes out the crystal heart, and then they try and fix it, and then they can't, and darkness is closing in, and Starlight's old friend ends up being the one to help, and everyone lives happily ever after.
Yeah. That's more or less it.
That's more or less the story. There's lots of little details and stuff going on there. But yeah, I went in with, purposefully lowered
tempered
expectations. Because I was not entirely enthused by Flurry Heart.
Baby Alicorn.
Yeah.
Starlight may be a permanent cast member.
I was not entirely enthused, so I kept my expectations low, and it exceeded my lower expectations.
Exceeded my low expectations.
And it
Put
was
that on the cover of the DVD. Exceeded my low expectations.
And he
Alca7raz
gets
2016.
stickers with that on there. Yes. It was actually enjoyable. I will say I enjoyed it.
It was very low key.
It was compared to the other premieres we had.
Yeah. Even season 5's premiere was pretty low key, and this is even lower key.
Yeah.
Which is weird. It's kind of weird in some ways. It's like I still am on the point of Flurry Heart really didn't need to be an alicorn. This has not convinced me that she needed to be one.
No.
There's other ways. It's like, oh hey, Flurry Heart just jumped out of her mom's hooves and she shattered the crystal. Oh boom, there we go. Now we got the problem.
Yeah, the way she shattered it too at that
the Sonic Scream thing.
It was like, I guess you kind of have an established lore with a Canterlot voice.
I guess.
But that looked kind of cheesy.
Yeah, it did.
That
reminded me of Danny Phantom.
I actually haven't seen that, so. But it was like, that could have been done better.
Yeah, it's just there was nothing in this that convinced me Flurry Heart needed to be an alicorn. Unless there's something going on later in the season.
Yeah, that's one thing. We don't know if this is established. There's little things here and there that might come back, but we don't know for sure if we've established any.
Yeah, but at this point, if they're going to try to convince me that alicorn was a good idea, they did not succeed at that.
No.
And I'm at the point of it still wasn't. I still think it's not a great idea, but the episodes still managed to be pretty good despite it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like the idea of the new alicorn, but they did it in a way that makes me put down the pitchfork.
I'm still having reach, mind you.
Yeah, it's still there.
It's still there. I'm ready to pick it up again, but
But I've set it down. All right, it's like, okay, you've convinced me not to get upset, but you haven't convinced me to be happy about that aspect. But the rest of the episode went further.
And at this point, we still don't know whether or not Starlight is going to be a main character now. She's been thrown into the intro now.
But the way she was thrown into
with
the intro
extras.
was thrown in with the extras. So it's like, okay.
She still could be a recurring guest character like Discord. We don't know for sure. We'll find out as the season goes on. She starts popping up a lot. We're kind of much like, okay, she's now a main character.
Yay.
And I've noticed when the show starts running out of ideas, what do?
Add more characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm worried about that in that regard. So it's still kind of that sense of forebodings there. It's just not. It's not 100% gone because Starlight actually seems a pretty good character now. It's just at the same time, it's like it really does feel like you're just shoehorning her in because you don't want to bring Sunset over for some reason.
You're gonna tie it back to Sunset, aren't you?
Of course I am. I mean, come on.
Of course you are.
It really does kind of feel like she's just like, you want another extra powerful magic unicorn. Okay, here's her. It's like, that's not...
Yeah, but Sunset's got to stay over with her other friends.
I know, but it really does feel like, oh, they like Sunset. Well, let's make another character who's a lot like Sunset. And then, wait, why do you guys not like her that much?
Well, maybe they just can't bring Sunset. Maybe they want to, but couldn't bring her as a permanent character.
Well, they don't have to bring her as a permanent character. Just have her pop up like 2 or 3 times in the season.
But yeah, even with us panning certain aspects of this episode, I did still find it mostly enjoyable.
Yeah.
So it was a bit interesting in that aspect, but yeah.
Sunburst was interesting.
Yeah, we haven't got a huge amount of backstory, but it's...
Apparently he's actually not that great at magic.
Yeah, apparently he isn't.
He knows a lot about it. He's just not very good at it, which is weird because we saw in season 5 finale that he's actually was pretty good at it, and then
ended up not being as good as he thought. Which apparently is the plot point.
I guess he peaked early.
Yeah, which apparently the plot point. It's like he's really good at. Apparently he's not. Yeah, it's the whole. Hey, you're supposed to be this great wizard. Yeah.
And it was kind of entertaining watching Starlight and Sunburst kind of dance around the fact they both had things they did not want to reveal to each other.
Yeah, that was kind of funny. Spike wasn't terrible.
Yeah, he wasn't terrible. He wasn't exactly helpful, but he wasn't terrible either.
He played his part well, I think.
Although he did allow, oh, what's that? You want to hear about how much of a hero I am here? Okay.
He kind of got pressured into it. When the crowd starts calling for it, what do you do?
Of course, he also wised up and then, yeah, I know what you're doing.
Yep. It's like, I'll give you this a little bit because it's fun, but yeah, we got to go.
Oh, it was also Shining Armor when we first see him at the train station. Him being delirious.
Completely. What happens when you have no sleep? You have a new kid. You won't sleep for a while.
For the next 18 years.
It's not quite 18, but yeah.
You'll get used to it.
Yeah. It's like, It's
funny. Of course, he winds up falling asleep standing up. But it is, getting to the whole... Yeah, basically we said Flurry Heart ruins everything, and that's pretty much all the problems came because of Flurry Heart.
Yes, all of the problems were because Flurry Heart is an alicorn and super powerful.
And it's like, so you made this brand new character the sole purpose of making her the source of problems.
Everything.
But, oh, no, you can't hold it against her. She's just an innocent baby. It's like, no. I'm holding it against her.
Yes, I think we all are. I wonder if it's the whole they were told to make an alicorn, and they knew
what
everyone.
Jim Miller says it sounds like the show people actually came up with the idea.
Really?
Yeah, that's what shocks me. It's like you guys did not ever stop and think this is maybe not such a great idea.
Yeah, because it almost feels like let's make an alicorn, and then because everyone's going to hate the alicorn, make the alicorn the problem.
Yeah, I know it feels like that, but Jim Miller he said that they came up with the idea of an alicorn baby. Not Hasbro. And Hasbro, of course, was like, okay, cool, more alicorns? Sure.
More toys?
Sure. They would have been like, oh, hey, you're making a new character we can market like crazy? Yes. That wouldn't matter to them. It's like,
yeah, they don't care. It's more money.
Just, oh, yeah, we're making a new baby? Perfect. We can make dolls and play sets. And
yeah, marketing will have a heyday with that.
Yeah. It's interesting because it's like, oh, hey, she's like, hey, magic surgeon, she's blowing holes through the walls and multiple walls and stuff.
Multiple
and she
walls.
did that sonic scream thing, or that shatters the crystal heart and causes everything to go wrong.
And she's a really strong flyer.
Yeah, that too. She's like just
Both of those we've seen before. These are just two amplified extents.
Yeah, it's just really odd.
One thing they did mention that I think a lot of people had questions over, and this sort of answered a big fandom question. Apparently, this is
that's what it
the
was.
firstborn alicorn.
Yeah, which kind of
Celestia and Luna even said this has never happened before.
Yeah.
Implying they themselves were not born alicorns, which flies in the face of GM of the book.
The Keating Rogers book.
Amy Keating Rogers' book, which is like, oh, well, interesting.
Well, they just decided to contradict themselves again.
Yay. Although that's, I mean...
B canon.
It's B canon, so...
Which has just been jossed,
yep.
I guess. But it's interesting, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, no, let's see. People are like, oh, using that. Well, see, Celestia and Luna were born as alicorns. So, and now it's like, actually, no, they weren't.
Yep, they weren't.
It's the thing. Anything in the show, just if it contradicts, the show takes precedence.
It does. This is a perfect
So we got this thing of okay,
canon.
Flurry Heart is the first pony ever born as an alicorn. Which now, of course, I want to see Celestia and Luna's story.
Yes, I want to see how that's one good thing that might come out of this. We don't know yet. This may open them up for explaining how did they ascend.
Yeah. But it's very strange. But then again, as we've seen before Cadence, I don't think... Then again, we don't know for sure. But it seems like Celestia and Luna never had a kid, so who knows?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it turns out alicorns have other alicorns. We just never knew. Because never tried.
Over 1,000 years, and you've never tried. All right.
Or if you listen, just watch, read certain fanfics, then you know that, well, they also, sure, they had tried, but they weren't with guys. Yeah. Things happen, but it wasn't with guys, if you know what I'm saying.
If you know what I'm saying.
They're lesbians.
Way to just blurt that one out there.
But it's interesting, but it's still, to me, it's kind of still rubs me the wrong way in that sense of it's still, and this is probably inadvertent, they didn't really weren't trying to do this. It kind of takes away from the whole thing of Twilight of just like she earned this and hey. And they even kind of brought that up in the show with a line of dialogue from Rarity.
Yep.
And it's like, it still kind of feels like it's taking away from Twilight's accomplishment. And I guess, even though we haven't seen it in the show, the other three alicorns' accomplishments, it kind of takes away. It's like, yeah, you're born an alicorn.
Yep.
It kind of inadvertently lessens their accomplishments.
It does. And I know a lot of people are upset about that one. I've already seen stuff about that.
I think this is one of those things it didn't really think it through, and it's kind of unfortunate.
It is.
And it's again, as like I said, she didn't have to be an alicorn for most of this plot to work.
Yeah, they probably could have come up with some other reason for the...
It would be really easy to rewrite this shattering the crystal heart, or the crystal heart bit, Flurry doing it.
Yeah.
Flurry shattering it by, like I said, like literally jumping out of Cadence's hooves and...
knocking it to the ground.
Although, yeah, I do remember, Flurry kind of attaching herself to Pinky's face.
Eyes and everything.
Face hugger.
Blink. Oh, God.
Yep, face huggers. Aliens.
Yay.
Xenomorphs.
Yay.
Makes sense.
So now we're going to get some weird creature that's perfectly designed
to... Yeah, if she opens her mouth, sticks her tongue out, you know what it is? It's a smaller Flurry Heart.
Oh, God. So now Pinky's going to explode with something that grows into the perfect destroyer of ponies.
Nope. Kill it right now. Burn it.
Oh boy.
There's also the crystal. It's weird. It's, I guess running changing, and the crystal ponies are less crystally, except when the crystal heart just goes boom.
I guess their crystally needs to be recharged. They have to go through a process. So I think that's what the
although
crystal
their hair
does.
is still shiny.
Yeah, their hair is shiny. It's like running down, so they have to have the fair that they
boost,
do.
I guess
makes it all
or a crystalling.
Yeah, some sort of event with the heart gives them all their crystally back.
Yeah, and there was that one's very sassy one.
Yes,
with the lawn chair.
Yep.
I ain't moving. I got a good spot. I ain't moving. I understand that.
Yes.
It's like, yeah, but you need to go. But I can't because I got a good spot. I don't want to lose it. But you need to go. But I don't want to.
Also like, hey, it's freezing. Yeah, we live in the north. This is nothing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Of course, it wasn't going to stay nothing, but...
Speaking of which, one of the crystal ponies had a bunch of badges, including a little Twilight badge.
It's a little interesting. I wonder how you got that one.
promotional stuff from her coronation, I guess.
I guess
Someone made bank on that.
someone
Look,
did.
Equestria's new princess. Why am I not getting royalties from this?
Royalties. Ha, 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 ha. I don't know. Rarity did.
Yeah.
The princess dress.
I guess speaking of we alluded to this at the end of the episode.
End of the episode. A couple things happened.
Twilight's parents showed up
Yes.
and talked.
And talked.
Yes.
They had dialogue.
Yes, although they're referred to in the credits as Mr. Sparkle and Mrs. Sparkle,
Yeah.
which kind of, because
Does-
we've always referred to him as Nightlight and Twilight Velvet, and it's like, oh, wait.
Yeah.
So does that mean Shining Armor is called Shining Armor Sparkle?
Or maybe those are informal names.
Yeah. No, and oddly enough, Mr. Sparkle is voiced by Andrew Francis,
Andrew
and
Francis.
Mrs. Sparkle was voiced by Tara Strong.
Huh.
That they do the parents are the same voices as the kids, which is odd.
Yeah, it's a bit odd, but I guess I can
It
kind of
works.
understand it.
They did different voices at least.
Yeah.
That was interesting, but it's like finally they talked.
They talked.
So that's one thing I can check off my
Yay.
wish list is they finally talked.
They did. How about some more parents?
That's also I think that's the first time ever Tara Strong has done someone besides Twilight in the show.
I think so. I don't think she's done other
Yeah, she's
background
always
characters.
done just Twilight. She's never voiced anyone else.
That is interesting. All right, then.
That's weird.
It is weird now that you think about it. Why she hasn't done any other ones?
I don't know. Probably
know.
because she's in California and everyone else is in Vancouver.
Yeah, that might be why her
It's
recording
easier.
situation
It's
might be
easier if you need someone in the background voice. It's like Tabitha, you do it this time.
Yeah, and they pick someone in the room.
Oh, yeah, and Tabitha voiced Flurry.
Yes, Tabitha got to make baby noises.
Which pretty much what Tabitha would do anyway. It's like, oh, you're going to pay me to do this? Okay.
It makes perfect sense that they'd have Tabitha do it.
Yeah, and then there's one other thing, which in the closing shot,
And then last few
they're on the
seconds,
train leaving.
right before it goes to black.
Something's flying towards the Crystal Empire. Some small black speck.
Yes. No idea what it is,
It
but the
looks
biggest
like a
theory
changeling.
is changeling.
Which is like, why? Is that just a little Easter
Why?
egg, or is that a hint towards something in the future?
It's Kevin. I'm going to say it's Kevin.
Kevin the Changeling.
Kevin the Changeling
But
from
why
Slice
is
of
he
Life.
here?
I don't know. There's a whole bunch of love going on.
I know, but what
Some other
if? And that's
buffet.
of course watch the fandom lose their mind. It's like Chrysalis better return or we riot.
Yeah, that's actually one of the. I'm already seeing fan theories. That's going to be the opening for the finale.
Chrysalis
Is going to come back, and maybe they're going to try and kidnap Flurry Heart,
revenge.
which would mean maybe that's the reason Flurry Heart's an alicorn, because Chrysalis wants to corrupt something young and powerful,
Oh dear.
something powerful while it's still young and mind is still malleable.
Oh boy.
It could be good.
It could be. I'm
something
still
like
at
that
the
could
point
be
of
good.
I'm still in the Flurry Heart really didn't even need Alicorn camp.
Yeah, at least not yet.
Yeah, there was no song.
Yeah, there was no song. We
Oh,
usually
well.
get those. Have we ever had a premiere that didn't have a song? Season 1
Season
had one
2 I
almost-
think didn't
Season 2
did not have a song in the premiere.
didn't. Huh, I think you're right. Season 2 didn't.
Yeah, it did not.
Season 3?
Season 3 did, because it was the you had the thing about I wasn't prepared for this, and there was also the Crystal Empire song.
Right.
Season 3's opening, and season 4 was
Season 4, yeah, I'm not certain Season 4 did. I can't remember, so
I don't remember
It's
one
not all
season
that-
4.
unknown.
Wait.
Season 4 was with the plunder vines
Right. Yeah.
and the tree.
Yeah, I don't think there was a song.
I don't think
And
there
season
was, I
5
can't
had
remember.
Our Town.
Yeah. So actually it runs about standard not having one.
Yeah, it's half and half.
It's like
more or
every
less.
other.
There was no song. Yeah, it was all, like I said earlier, just very low key though. It's just not big and crazy bombastic. Almost felt like a normal episode in some
Just
regards.
a long one.
Yeah, just an extra long normal episode, which is usually weird. No setups for a season long thing.
At least none
nothing
that
like
we've
that.
seen. That's
Except
what I'm saying.
unless Kevin the Changeling has anything to say about it.
Yeah. Unless there's stuff in upcoming episodes that make back references.
Yeah, actually, in some ways, it almost feels. It's also. This is almost something I forgot, but it's interesting. Also, this is one of the first times they've really done an A plot and B plot.
Yeah, they merged them.
Yeah, which is
But-
usually what you do with a lot of these things. But it's like they usually don't have two plots going at once in these shows. It's usually just one.
But this time we had two plots going on.
Going on, and then they eventually came together at the end.
Yep.
Because we had Twilight and all of them figuring out the whole Alicorn baby thing, and then you had Starlight trying to reconnect with her old friend.
Yep.
And then they eventually merged.
So that is interesting. They did do something new, but nothing big.
Yeah.
Nothing big and bombastic. I mean, season 5 wasn't exactly bombastic, but it was definitely big and new in different ways.
So this was an interesting premiere. I think for me, because of the trepidation with Flurry Heart and Starlight, I think it's right in the middle when it comes to premieres for me. I think it overcame those problems, but they were still problems, and they still are problems.
Yeah.
Potential problems. Particularly, Starlight's a potential problem. I still think Flurry Heart is a problem unless they really find a way to do something about it.
Yeah.
I mean, thankfully, it just seems like Flurry Heart is just going to stay in the Crystal Empire, and we can just ignore her for a bit until she pops up again and go, oh yeah, her.
Oh yeah, that
thing.
That thing. It's not nice. It's
I'm
not a
gonna
thing.
Be nice. I'm not going to be nice. And also, it's weird. Hey, we're going to call her Flurry Heart to remember the fact that she almost killed us all.
Yeah. That's a bit amusing. Like Rarity says, I don't think we're going to have any problem remembering that.
Yeah, that's strange. And also, yeah, in some ways, this had some flashbacks to season 3's premiere. In that sense of,
A bit,
hey, the Crystal Empire is in trouble because of some force, and they gotta hide the fact that something's wrong with the Crystal Heart.
Yeah.
It's like, didn't you already do this?
Didn't you already do this once before?
Yeah, it's
They actually made us one slight reference to that episode, too.
yeah.
Like, no, Sombra never took it out of the Crystal Empire. He just hid it. That's why it was able to keep the darkness away. You know, he was the darkness.
The cold away.
Yeah, he kept the cold weather.
I guess, overall, it's still pretty good.
It is.
It just kind of fell flat in a couple of points, and just the whole Flurry Heart thing's just
Our biggest concerns weren't dealt with, but everything else was good.
Yeah, and those concerns are still there.
Yeah. It didn't make them worse, but it didn't make them better.
Yeah.
So I think that's all I can talk about the premiere.
Yeah.
So if you're done.
Watchville forgot something big and huge.
We forgot something huge, and we'll get mad at ourselves as soon as we stop recording. But, in light of that, we do have some fan content to talk about. I will start out because I found 3 songs for this week, and start off with Tonight, covered by Forest Rain.
To escape from this intertemporary bliss, follow in my dreams, tell me everything tonight, see you when I sleep, give me what I seek tonight, when the stars decorate the sky.
This song takes a mellow electronic song. It was originally done by Sam Synthis, and turns it into a really nice, good mellow rock song instead. I love the guitar work, and her vocals are really good too. Really well done cover.
The vocals, in my opinion, are kind of nasally. I don't like them.
Really?
Because
I didn't think they were
nasally.
nasally.
They sound nasally. I can
didn't
hear
catch
it.
that.
I can definitely hear the nasaliness.
I didn't hear it as much.
I definitely heard nasaliness. The music itself is generally good, but it's just the nasaliness of the voice just puts me off, and I can't get away from that.
The second song I have is From the Stars by Liwet. It's got a fun, energetic, driving beat to it, and I absolutely love that. It's a steady beat, though, instead of like a super hyper bouncy one. It's not mellow, but it's got a nice... It keeps its pace, and it's nice, driving and steady. It's a little bit long, but I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. Beginning for me, reminiscent of my fast Fluttershy's ass. The beginning. I mean, you listen to it, you'll hear it.
Probably, yeah.
Guaranteed. You'll hear you'll hear it's the same notes, same beat, everything about it is like the same. But generally it's a quite enjoyable song. I liked it a lot. Yeah, it is kind of on the long side, but it's not overly long.
At the end, they start going, it's a little long, and then it ends. It's like, okay.
Yeah. It kind of hits that point of, you're thinking, okay, is this over? Okay, it's done.
Okay, it's done. And the last one I got is The Pony I Want to Be, remixed by Pony Firestone. This is a really good remix. It keeps that somber feel of the original song, but gives it this sort of an uplifting undertone to it as well. So I think he did a really good job.
Yeah, it's an interesting remix. I think you've featured like 2 of them now on this.
I think so.
So this is the 3rd one. And the way the remix is, I guess, structured, it feels like something to play over the end credits of like a Disney movie, like one of the more recent ones, I guess. That's what it kind of feels like. It kind of has that kind of pop electronic, pop-ish electronic Disney.
It's an interesting way to describe it, but all right, I think I get what you're going for.
And also, but I'd also say about 2/3 of the way through, there's a bit of, it feels a little messy. About 2/3 of the way through, there's a bit of messiness to it. Can't quite pin down, but it kind of recovers again. But yeah, towards the end, it does get a little messy.
All right.
Other than that, that's pretty good.
That's all the songs I have for this episode. You have a fan fiction, though.
Yes, I do. No updates, though, oddly enough. I was surprised. Not a single update. Yeah. I do have a featured one. It's called 7 Girls, 943 Miles, and 1 Minivan. And it's by Tumbleweed. And it's a very goofy road trip fic. Yep. Basically, Twilight, the Twi from the Equestria Girls. She finds a way to detect magic, and she says something. There's going to be a magical anomaly about over 900 miles away, and we got to get there and stop it if it's bad. And so they all pile in Fluttershy's mom's minivan and go off, and shenanigans ensue.
Shenanigans.
Yeah,
that's a good way to describe it.
Yeah, I thought it was really funny, and it's just because of that. Just kind of the author clearly had fun with. Okay, it's these. Okay, the Equestria Girls versions are these characters, but teenagers, so they're a little more immature. So I'll play with that and have fun with it, and that's pretty much what happened. And it's just goofy weirdness, like the gas station stop, Dash just not having her filter between her brain and mouth engaged at all, ever. I think a couple things I have a bit of a complaint about midway through, a subplot shows up that kind of doesn't really go anywhere and doesn't ever resolve. It just kind of meanders around a little bit and then nothing. It's like, oh, if you're going to bring that up, you should at least go somewhere with it or just cut it entirely. And the other thing was Discord does show up a little bit, but he seems a little too mean.
He does.
But he did help move the plot, I guess, that last bit a little bit forward a little bit. But other than that, though, I think it's still generally a really funny, just little fic to read.
It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. There's a couple little nitpicky things. I mean, you already hit on a few of them there that I had as well. But yeah, it was definitely readable.
Yeah, I thought it was just funny. I just kind of looked at it randomly and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's done. It's 8 chapters long. It's 22,000 words. It's almost 23,000 words, but it's already done. So it's not like, oh, hey, it's going to be updating or anything.
It's not going to find.
There might be a sequel. There might not. I don't know.
Maybe there's some open points that they might be.
Yeah, particularly, like I said, that subplot that went nowhere.
Yeah, it's like,
just
kind of left that one sort of open.
Hanging. It just kind of it was brought up, kind of just went nowhere, and then just dropped.
Yeah, it was a bit interesting. But it didn't, hurt the rest of the story that bad.
And yeah, the author's talking about, I might do some more with this, but I don't know. He was just also talking about how he's just having fun because it's the different version of these characters. Plus, it's like they're humans. They have hands. This changes everything.
Surprising how much it does, actually.
Because now you can actually think about this, like, well, how, and think about how the movement will work. And you're like, oh yeah, they could just reach down and pick it up. Because they have
Although
hands.
ponies do that too, oddly enough.
Without making it weird. And you have to think about how this would work and with the hooves and...
Just don't think about it.
Yeah.
That's the key. Don't think about it. So yeah, if that's it,
Yep.
No updates.
Nope.
Because all the things we've been updating have all finished, I think.
Not
Well,
all
a lot
finished,
of them have
but they
finished.
just haven't updated recently.
Yeah. That, I think, brings us to the end of our episode.
Yep.
If you liked what you heard and you would like to hear more, you can listen to all of our episodes, past, future, present, at pony411.libsyn.com. Remember, that's Libsyn. You can also find our episodes on iTunes. Just search for Pony411. Subscribe to us there, and it'll auto-download and all that sort of fancy stuff. You can also find us on Stitcher.com or on their mobile apps on Android or iOS. So search for us. You can also find us on YouTube, youtube.com/pony411. Like, subscribe, comment, that stuff. We also air on Ponyville FM Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. So tune in then. And we are also listed on Ponyville Live. Whenever our YouTube updates, that site will also update automatically. So if you check that out, check us out there. If you would like to contact us, you can email us. We are pony411podcast@gmail.com. So send us comments, criticisms, suggestions, news bits, whatever you like. Say hi. Doesn't matter. Send us stuff.
We like stuff.
We like stuff. You can also find us on Facebook, facebook.com/pony411. So go like us there. Check it out. We update that whenever we post a new episode or have other things. You can also find us on Twitter. We're at Pony411. So go follow us, tweet us. That's probably your best way to contact us quickly with short bits of info. So go say hi. You can also find us on our personal Twitter accounts. I'm at Alca7raz with a 7 instead of a T and an underscore at the end. And he is at Nemesis Prime 1.
I've been whining about being sick.
Yes, and I'm whining about my own car trouble. Having your transmission explode is not a fun thing. But yeah, hope you enjoyed what you heard. Hope you tune in next week as we talk about the next episode.
Yes. The
So.
gift of the mod pie.
Yes, Mod. Mod returns again.
Yep.
So, until next time, please, pony responsibly. See ya.
Bye.